At the beginning of the story, two friends are seen having fun in a car. One of them was a boy named Robin. He drove his car on a mountain road with his eyes closed. At first, Robin's friend Mirta liked everything. But Mirta gets scared when Robin drives the car faster. However, Mirta sees a truck coming up in front of her and asks her friend to park the car on the other side. But when Robin gets very close to the truck, he suddenly turns the car upside down. Flip to the side. It's mine now. I had it in my ears. Mirta gets mad at Robin for getting out of her car and says you're crazy. I don't want to die now. However, when Robin persuades Mirta with her affections, Mirta agrees. It turns out that Robin once ingested a substance. Again, he ingests the substance. Mirta, who saw it, insists. She wants me to take this substance too. But Robin said to her, Mirta, look, my dear, these substances are very different. Also dangerous. It can also blow your mind. Mirta promises Robin that she loved him so much that she will never take this substance after taking it. She also vows to live and die with Robin. They both got this substance in their eyes. After ingesting this substance, a black liquid will begin to flow from the eyes. Robin tells her to meet again. In the next scene, the bodies of Mirta and Robin were shown lying in the hospital. Mirta's mother and her father standing outside, and they were very saddened by the death of her daughter. It is implied that both died after ingesting this substance. They are both dead, but it turns out that no one came to retrieve Robin's body, and all the guilty ones held Robin responsible for Mirta's death. After that, you will see the cemetery where Mirta and Robin are buried. Besides those, there were other graves of teenagers, boys and girls. Her death was also due to ingestion of this substance. Then you hear the sound of Mirta's grave, and suddenly she came out of her grave. After a while, after taking her breath, she found herself alive again. In front of her grave was Robin's grave. After seeing this, Mirta cries a lot. She screams and shouts, and then after a while, she leaves for her home. When she was leaving, she sees a car in which some friends were sitting and having fun. After seeing all this, Mirta started thinking about her past. So from here, we see the story of Mirta's past. When she was in college, one day some boys were bothering her. That's when she saw Robin for the first time in college. So from her friend, she finds out that all the girls in the college are crazy about Robin. At night, when she goes to the club with her friend, where a boy had deliberately dropped the drink on Mirta's friend. When her friend goes to the bathroom to clean herself, then she sees Robin again. After seeing this, Mirta started smiling. Robin was also coming to her. After seeing this, Mirta starts running, but he picks her up in his lap, brings her to the club and starts dancing. One day, when Robin went to drop her home at night, then here he was insisting on going to her home. But Mirta says, look, understand the matter. My mom and dad are at home. Robin also understands everything and goes away lovingly looking at Mirta. And Mirta came to her home through the bushes. Now the scene is present again, that is, it comes in the present time. Mirta had come out of her thoughts. She came back to her home through the same bushes. Mirta comes home, takes something out of the fridge and eats it. Then she goes to see her mom and dad who were sleeping in their room. When she was going to her room, her mom's eyes suddenly open. When she sees her daughter, she starts following Mirta. But Mirta sees her mom and closes the door. When her mom tells her to open the door, she sees her mom saying this and opens the door. When her mom was touching her, her body was feeling very cold. Mirta's dad also came here. But Mirta hears her dad's voice and runs away from her home. When her dad comes to see her mom in her room, they both felt that Mirta was in their thoughts. Mirta also ran away from her home and came to the forest. Here a group of people had come to take her with them, and they were telling her that we want to help you. But Mirta sees them and climbs the tree. For the time being, Mirta was saved from those people for a while, after which she goes back to her grave, so she could see her hands getting black. This blackness was spreading all over her body. Mirta gets worried, after which she comes to a store. When she goes to the bathroom there and sees herself, her eyes had also turned black. That blackness had also spread on her feet, and now her nails were also getting separated. When she comes out of the store, she goes to a club, where she meets an engineer who is trying to get along with her. Here in the club, she also sees Robin's friend. Now to escape from him, she came out of the club with the help of that engineer. On the other side, Mirta's mother who was in shock of her daughter's death. At that time a man comes to her house, who tells that your daughter Mirta is alive. She has come back, and after waking up from death, people first come to their home. This man was actually the leader of those people, whom we saw who were also looking for Mirta in the jungle. Mirta's father says to that leader, please don't give us any more trouble. We are already in a lot of trouble. My wife is not well. That leader goes and says to Mirta's father, I am going now. But yes, remember what I said. If Mirta comes back home, then this time don't make the mistake of considering her your daughter, because she has now changed. Why did that man say this about Mirta? We will come to know in the next story. Mirta had come to the same place with that engineer, where she had come with Robin. The engineer was trying to misbehave with her, but she shouldn't have done this. Mirta was eating that engineer's neck like a hungry animal. Her eyes were also black. After eating that engineer, Myrta comes to a shop and steals a phone from there. We see that the news of the engineer's murder was going on TV. After stealing the phone, she calls her dad, but she can't say anything. She came to her house at night, where she used to stay with Robin. She first changes her clothes, and then lying on the sofa, she starts remembering the moments she spent with Robin. After that, her dad also came, who didn't know that Myrta was here. She was with her friend. He was telling her, "I knew that my daughter lives here with Robin, and she also takes substances, but I still paid the rent of this house. I am still sad about that." Myrta's dad's friend explains to her dad that you are not at fault in this. And after saying this, when she comes out of the room, Myrta catches her and attacks her. She also starts eating her like an engineer, because Myrta heard that girl instigating her dad. It meant that Myrta had now become a vampire, and all this was because of the same substance, which Robin had given her. Anyway, when her dad hears her voice, he comes and sees Myrta was full of blood. He was worried to see her. Then some people come here, who wanted to catch Myrta earlier also. They were coming here and shooting bullets, but Myrta doesn't get any effect of their bullets. But because of those bullets, her dad dies. She jumped out of the window. There were people of that group below, who were continuously shooting at her, but it doesn't affect them. She was running away. Then a woman comes there, who takes Myrta on her bike. This woman brings her to her house, and takes out bullets from her body, and tells that those people are from such a group, who kill dangerous people like us, and the government also supports them in this work. There those people were taking Myrta's dad and his friend's dead body. That woman tells Myrta that you are over dead. That means you are alive again after death. Those people call people like us over dead. She tells that after death, the people who are alive again, they bring danger with them, which is dangerous for other people. That woman, after talking to him, at night she teaches him the hunt of a man, that how to catch your prey and eat it. These two were going out of the city after eating that man. This woman wanted to take Myrta to her secret base, but Myrta doesn't go. She says that I will not go anywhere without Robin, and says this and jumps out of the moving car, because now she was not even afraid of death. She had come to know that she could not die now, after which she comes to the graveyard again, where Robin's friend was sitting on his grave and crying. When he sees Myrta, he gets surprised. He had now brought Myrta to his house. He tells her that Robin had told me that an animal has bitten him. Now when he was dancing with Myrta and talks, then Myrta's eyes had become black. She turns into a vampire. When Robin's friend sees this, he cuts his throat and says, "Make me a vampire too." But Myrta starts drinking blood coming out of his throat. There that woman who had saved Myrta. When she goes to her house, there were people of the same group, two of whom she kills. But there was also their leader. He had brought that woman with him by giving lightning shocks. When Myrta goes to the graveyard again and sees Robin's grave, there was no one there, but behind her the same group of men. He also takes her with him by giving lightning shocks. When Myrta comes to her senses, she finds herself in chains in front of the leader of the group. Myrta tells the leader to kill me, on which he says that you are going to die so easily. We will have to do a lot to kill you, because you are very strong, and you are the property of our special man, who was no one else but Robin. It meant that Robin was still alive. He was never dead. Robin comes and frees Myrta from the chains, and he brought her to a room with him, where now Robin tells her a story, seeing a dead friend eating his friend in front of me. And on the same day I decided to meet this group. I will join them in catching dead humans. I'll kill her, so I took this substance with me. That's why I turned you into an extreme dead man, so we can participate in both. After hearing all this, she admits that Robin was responsible for her death. He changed her entire life. From a simple man, he turned her into a man-eating animal. She couldn't sleep with all this. That's why she comes out of this room, where she comes out and hears the same woman scream. Who helped her? The group's leader tried to kill her by shocking her with an electric baton. Myrta will enter this room and attack the leader, stunning them. And please save this woman. When she saves this woman, along the way, she reunites with the group of people. They catch both of them again. Before that, get both of them back. Then Myrta kills them all here. But as soon as she saw it, more people came there. Myrta also fights bravely, and kill her too. When she comes out and gets in her car, Robin goes there. "What are you doing? I gave you a gift by making a vampire like me," Myrta says while holding Robin's neck. "You killed Myrta, and I am no longer Myrta." She gives him an electric shock, and get her out of there. At the end of the story, we learn what the woman taught Myrta. Method of catching prey. Myrta looks ready. So the movie ends here.